Be warned, this video contains spoilers for Fargo. Consider yourself warned. After 7 episodes of frolicking in a Cohenized version of gangland Kansas City in the early 1950s, the last season of Fargo shifted audaciously to a black and white homage to The Wizard of Oz, complete with a tornado as Deus Ex Machina. A more comprehensive exploration of Dot's history with Roy and Gator is on the horizon. However, as she drives out of town in her Kia with DLR plates, Dot takes a break at a truck stop to enjoy coffee and pancakes and becomes lost in thought. Initially, she fixates on a billboard displaying a chicken piccata recipe, possibly alluding to the recipe sharing her husband desired for her to be a traditional wife. While searching for a mysterious postcard from Linda at Camp Utopia, Dot resumes her journey until her car malfunctions after passing a sign for the location. The snowy trail leading to Camp Utopia, unmarked and pristine, guides Dot into the forest. To her surprise, she stumbles upon a sizable cabin where a group of women attentively watches a puppet show. However, the performance is not the whimsical entertainment one would expect at a sleepaway camp. Instead, it vividly portrays domestic abuse, triggering Dot to the point of losing consciousness. Remarkably, she continues to exist within the dream even after passing out. Upon regaining consciousness, Dot declares her search for a woman named Linda, only to discover that everyone in the shelter goes by that name. Linda explains that this is a women's shelter, and the shared name serves as a starting point for rebuilding the identity of its residents. The multitude of Lindas gives Camp Utopia an aura reminiscent of a surreal Barbie-land. However, the only Linda that holds significance for Dot is Linda Hillman, Roy's former spouse. Dot requires Linda's assistance to clarify certain matters so that she can continue with her present marriage. Linda is unwilling to comply until the other women pass judgment on Dot's narrative through a different puppet show. Dot is instructed to create a puppet, which supposedly will expel the trauma by connecting it to this representation. In practice, this lends an unusual vitality to Dot's backstory, reminiscent of the stop-motion existentialism seen in Charlie Kaufman's Anomalisa, utilizing a familiar technique for unfamiliar purposes. Dot's tragic story is real, involving Linda discovering Nadine as a wayward 15-year-old and bringing her into the Tillman home with Roy and Gator. Linda subtly nudged Roy, leading to his sexual attention, and Dot blames Linda for her fate. When Fargo takes a step back to reality, it introduces a dark twist to the familiar phrase, "There's no place like home." Dot finds herself in an unfortunate situation after a peculiar accident, ending up in the hospital and under the care of the wrong husband, Roy. Interestingly, Roy seems to have achieved what Munch and Gator couldn't. The episode concludes with this suspenseful moment, yet understanding Dot's backstory sheds new light on Gator. Instead of being seen as an incompetent henchman, Gator appears more as an impressionable child who suffered the consequences of his father's turbulent relationships. Now, Gator is faced with the challenging task of earning his father's approval by eliminating Munch. This predicament carries a sense of poignancy due to its seemingly impossible nature. While there might be a scenario where Gator recognizes his father's role in his troubled upbringing and aligns himself with the mistreated women who have entered their lives, Roy excels at manipulating his victims against each other. With Munch lurking in the shadows, Gator's chance at redemption appears to be slipping away. So there you have it all. What do you think about Fargo Season 5 Episode 7? Share your thoughts in the comments, like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. I will see you next.